We
We are near some sort of magical glowing pond that we brutally murdered the lady at. Well, we didn't murder her. We just knocked her out and now she's a different lady. Um and she's trying to get us to leave, but not enough of us speak Elvish despite having traveled many years together. I never once bothered to learn that one. And then Ice Rose is trying to attack her. I'm confused and trying to cure her of madness again because clearly she's still insane. Um, this is nowhere near the demons we're supposed to be fighting. Any other important notes?
Oh, I
we
attacked first for once because I was under a curse.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I was cured.
You're all uncursed now, right? We got everyone?
Except
um,
for me because we had to retcon it. So one of
we're-
my curses or something
So
is
everyone has had one curse removed.
yeah. Some
Yes.
of us are still also flawed.
Right. But the madness.
Some
Yeah.
of us are going to keep quiet about their sheet status because it's fun.
Yeah. Question
That's
on
fair.
that. So that's actually my DM related question. And to recap the end of it, she attacked first. Woman fell. Fairy fell. Girl came out of the water in a frantic state. And okay, so my question on that. The flaws that some of us have, Dan.
Yes.
I know you said that we just to work it into role play, but here's the thing. Is it possible that instead you come up with a percentile? Because I want to I don't want it to happen, but I feel like because I could just never do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So would that be something that could potentially because like for example, there are like 4 or 5 different things that I can do that would be absolutely horrible if my flaw were to take effect at those times.
Yeah.
And so I'm never going to do them, right? But I want to be fair to the flaw, if that makes sense.
So without revealing what's going on,
You guys can also go talk about this in a different room if you don't want us to know.
I mean, I think it's fine because what I was just gonna say is that the term is periodic.
Okay.
So I think the easiest way to manage that with the like the thing is I want it to be more of a player activated thing. I want it to be something that you build into your role play, but I get that you want a mechanic for it. So I would kind of think of a trigger and then maybe say like roll a d10 and on a 1 lean into the effect. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's good. That's fine. So then I will just make a mechanic similar to that,
Yeah.
and then do that on the side. Okay, that's good. That helps because I was just
Yeah.
never going to do it.
Yeah,
And-
this is not intended to be a thing that's like, oh, every time you start combat, something can happen. It's like this is something that occurs at random durations. And you know, if you think about how much time you spend in combat versus how much time you spend out and about, it's more often to happen when you're outside of combat. But if you think it's appropriate to have a trigger in there, maybe, and it's not even like, you know, something indefinite, maybe it's like you know, just a blip of time.
Yep.
When it's in combat, but maybe outside of combat you lean a little more into it. I think, you know, I'd still encourage you to lead with the role playing on it rather than me setting up something and saying, hey, Matt, all of a sudden this takes effect on you.
Yep. No, I completely am cool with that, and that gives me. I'm already writing out my mechanic rules for it. So cool.
Also, if this helps, I like to think of it as with a curse, a most effective curse would be as insidious as possible, which would allow the curse to remain as long as possible. Especially if the creature who put the curse on you intends to manipulate you in the future with the curse. So my thought with it, especially with the way that Dan's been running the world, is if it's obvious that you're under a curse in a magical world, people are immediately just going to rush you to the magical clinic and get it taken care of. But since we're, level 17 in demon territory, at this point, the curse, you know, it could be sitting on you for a while and you don't even realize that you're necessarily cursed outright. Is that what I'm picking up from what you're trying to do, Dan? 'Cause that's how I've been playing with mine.
Yeah, so the ones that introduced flaws, like that's a new character trait. It's not necessarily like a violent compulsion to do a thing.
Yep. I've already written the mechanics, so I have a plan.
Cool.
Thank you. I'm that sort of person. I need a mechanic. Otherwise I won't. I'll tip the scale, put my thumb on the scale.
How very black of you.
Yeah.
All right, did anything else major happen during those last scenes?
Bruce is
Um,
invisible still.
Because I believe we're still in rounds with Ice trying to hit this woman.
Yep.
Oh, did we end still in initiative?
Yes.
Okay. Oh yes, we did. Because people had to start to go, and I said we would end at the top of the round. So Ice was still trying to eliminate.
No, I was trying to brand her.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, but you have to hit the brand.
Correct. I could hit her with a
And
crimson light.
And we
And
were
sh-
all moving so fast it was hard to communicate in character intentions. So we were all
Yeah.
just
and she had been healed by who was that? Who healed her up?
I healed her for like 3 HP with
Yeah, I think
my
all.
light. That's
I
like she's like
also.
not doing good.
I thought she
Yeah.
had like 10 something.
I
I
like
like
also
that.
gave her the
Oh yeah,
berries.
plus 10 berries.
Yes.
So she should be around like 13 right now.
Yeah, she has 10 good berries that she ate.
10 good berries, and then you think you did 3?
Yeah, I think I did 3 when I touched the pool. It wasn't very much.
Okay, so we're gonna firm that up then, since I'm not seeing any healing rolls in the chat. So I think I'm comfortable with
Oh,
saying
I just rolled
13.
it as a 1d6 because it was my feature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I just did a 1d6 and it was not higher than a 3. I know that for sure because it was just like a
Oh,
tiny
there's
boost.
a 2 there.
A 2. Okay, so it was 2.
So let's say 12, and then I feel confident in that. Oh no, actually I have the pen here. Okay. Okay, and with that, do we have a Justin? Luthien is up first.
Do have a me, and fuck it. I mean, Ice Rose is trying to hit this chick, and I was trying to stop her, but she's gonna do it. I'm not gonna talk her out of it. She's gonna do it anyway. She's not gonna be satisfied, so I'm just gonna take my turn to step out of the way and let Ice Rose potentially murder this woman.
Okay.
That will be my turn.
Silas. So just a reminder, she's the green squiggle.
I feel like Justin was just shaking his head. He was just. or Luthians.
Does Istros have to hit to brand?
Yeah, I
Yes.
have to hit with the Crimson right to brand. You would know this. I've done it enough in front of you.
Um, I think I'm just gonna say, screw it. I'm gonna do a action. I have a heal, my only heal. Just one cure wounds. And that will end my turn. 3 on the squiggly lines.
Okay. They're up to 15. Bruce.
Mara, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've spoken to you. Roos has spoken to you, or was it Luthien? Who did I speak to?
You
A whisper.
spoke to me and you dropped diamonds on my head and murdered me.
Yes.
I mean, no, that was a different scene. But you spoke to me and dropped diamonds down to me.
Did I speak it in character, or did I DM you what I said?
You spoke it. Basically you said you were gonna be around, and some other non-helpful stuff to my character's current goals.
Great. I am going to. So Mara's been informed. I will now use message on. Who's the next one to tell? Who is most likely to say? Ice is busy, so I'll use message on Stella.
Yes.
And say, I'm nearby, remaining invisible. It's important she doesn't know I'm here.
Stella will sort of try to act natural, and then we'll just yeah, just continue on. She's on the back of Silas's horse, right? I thought we put her on the horse. Maybe that I just made that up.
No, I was thinking of 2, but I don't remember if I was in process of doing that or if we did it already.
I just can't remember who's on the horse with her. I would assume Silas, but
I don't think you all had time to mount up since Ice
I think we
Road
just got her
kept you
standing
in
so she's not
combat.
prone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I think we were getting her onto the horse,
So
or
someone
like in
would
process of.
yeah, someone would like have to take an action to help her, and then she'd have to take her turn to climb up.
Yeah, I'll put my hands together and tell her in Elvish, best to get onto the horse.
And is that onto Wrath or one of the other horses that you have with you?
Wrath.
Wrath. Okay.
And that's the end of my turn. Well, yeah, I won't move. I'll move if we need to.
Okay. Ice Rose. Stella is helping the young elf girl onto the horse.
I'm gonna shoot her.
Okay.
Does a 23 hit? Do I
Yes.
still have disadvantage?
What did you have disadvantage from?
I think everyone was crowding around her.
He's also prone, so how does that work?
Also helping her up.
Yeah. She'd have to stand on her turn, technically.
Well, if it's disadvantage.
She's already. We did get her up from prone last round.
Okay.
Did the 19 hit?
We were all standing in her way, yeah.
Yeah, a 19 absolutely would hit.
Cool.
And a 23. So you're rolling 2 rolls?
So I was saying if it's a disadvantage, the 19 still hits, so I hit her anyways.
Yeah, so it's a straight roll. I just wanted to make sure you're not making 2 attacks because that's 13 damage right there. So if Silas had not healed her, she would be down. Now she is down to 2 HP.
And she's
So you,
branded.
okay.
I was aiming for the leg, so
So she's climbing up on the horse onto Wrath and gets shot in the thigh. With a what type of right do you have on there?
was it psychic or force? I think it's psychic. It's psychic.
Okay. She was already babbling semi-incoherently, and she gets shot in the leg with some psychic damage, and screeches out in pain, and just kind of like reaches and grabs onto Wrath.
Cool. And she is branded, which means if she is a shapeshifter or illusory, has an illusory form, she goes back to her original form. I don't think it's a wisdom saving throw.
Nope, she's an elf.
Okay.
That's surprising.
Okay.
Everyone else was not surprised.
No.
Everyone else was in agreement.
Yeah, the color is not either, but Ice was like, no, I have to check. Okay.
Bruce agreed.
So Ice will then look around and say, okay, it's not her. I think we've been fooled more than we think we have. We need to go and start the 35.
Yeah, fucking Ice Rose. That's what we were saying the whole damn time. Why the fuck did you have to shoot her? Now she's screaming her head off.
Because I need to know for sure.
Just leave. Get out while you can.
Okay, let's go. Go. Silas, get on. And just fucking book it.
All right, I'm just imagining a squiggly line on me.
Just untwirl it, then wrap her over your shoulders like a boa.
That'll do it.
Do your elves hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Sorry.
Jesus.
Oh God. Why, Matt? Why?
I just wrap her over your whatever like a boa made me think of whatever line in that song.
I know, but now it's gonna be stuck in my head.
Yankee Doodle went to.
No, shush.
Okay, are we exiting initiative then?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just hightailing it out of here.
Okay. I'm gonna
When as soon as we exit initiative, I was just waiting for this moment. I will be messaging. It's a cantrip for me, so I will message everyone. I guess it might make sense to see if do it in order. The first thing I'm going to do is message Ice Rose and say, I'm not sure that we're out of the clear. It's best that she doesn't know I'm here. I'm remaining invisible, but close by.
Do I get to respond to that?
You do, if you want, yeah. In a whisper that only I can hear.
Oh, I was gonna send it back in your head. Do I have to speak it?
A whisper, but only I can hear it. So.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So like a MMO whisper.
Yeah. I'll just message you separately.
Okay. And then I will also say the same. I'll reword for everyone. Mara's been told. Stella's been told. Ice has been told. Luthien, I will say, I'm remaining invisible, and it's best that she doesn't know I'm nearby. I'm telling the others. Luthien can respond if he wants. Maybe.
No, I'm good.
Okay. And then Silas, the same thing. I'm going to say, I'm remaining invisible for the time being. It's best that she doesn't know I'm here. I'm following close by.
Just keep an eye on her.
Great. And I can't respond. So awesome. Cool. Then everyone has been told, right?
Yes. Question, Dan. I've been spending the scuffle time kind of looking around the area a bit. Has anything about the scenery started to change? I don't know why that rolled 3 dice, but
Um,
actually, I would rather roll Arcana for that. Sorry, don't answer on the perception. I would rather roll Arcana for that roll, which
Okay.
was the worst decision, but we're gonna go with it.
and I would usually let you just take the first die with the updated modifier, but it's still.
No,
I mean,
it's
I
still
guess
pretty bad.
yeah, it's still a 20. The first die straight with the adapted modifier, but no, things seem the same. Other than that, this fairy's gone. Um,
Including detect magic up to 30 feet.
yeah.
Okay.
The fountain seems a little less lively now that there's not this fairy floating over it.
Everything's less
Just
magical without fairies. I get it.
yeah, it's just it's like, oh, this is just a fountain,
Got it.
not a
Okay.
fairy fountain anymore. It's just a fountain.
Okay. Cool. Then I will follow the party and just keep an eye out. I will follow from the back of the party and try to be the last one on the path.
Okay, so you guys said you are going, but where are you going? Are you leaving this country? Are you going back to somewhere you've already been? Where
So
are you guiding?
Ice is leading the way, right? Because I dashed out first.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, I guess
you
if we're
can.
following you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was about to say. Is you can go wherever you want. Whether you're leading or not is a question of, are people following you?
I just assumed they would. Because I've been reading this entire time. I'm gonna head back to where we went mad.
Okay.
Isn't our goal to find a sword?
It's, well, first to get out of here, second to kill the demon guy, and then to find the sword. At least that's how I understood it.
The sword,
The
we
sword's
can,
an added bonus.
if we find it, if we look
But it's
for it, we'll
probably,
find it, is what I've been told, but I
well,
don't know
it's
how to even look.
probably at the center of everything anyway, so seemed like the demons were using it as a, like, wee hee hee, I killed all these elves or whatever. You know? Anyway, can we just go now? Can you just, Silas, make that Wrath go? And she's just gonna like slap Wrath's
What
butt.
did she say that's got you so anxious?
She said, let's get the fuck out of here. And this is the lady that we just fucking killed. I'm sorry, I killed not too long ago. And she gave me very fast because she was afraid of something else other than me. And I just killed her. So let's leave, please.
Okay, well, while we're walking, ask her a few more questions about that. And while I say that, I will cast a little bit more healing on our injured lady.
Okay.
And I will re-heal her for the 12 that she just got shot for.
I guess I'll jog alongside this horse.
Or most of it anyway.
Yeah, you guys do have a couple of other mounts. I keep meaning to give them tokens so you can divvy them up,
I keep
but there
forgetting we have
are
horses.
there are, I think, 2 other horses and then an RX that Roos has.
All right.
But he's not currently riding it because he's invisible.
The chicken is riding the RX, which probably looks hilarious.
I will take one of the mounts. Maybe I'll take Roos's so it doesn't get left behind, and Nugget. And I will try to ride alongside and coax some kind of answer out of this elven woman of what she's afraid of, actually.
And Dan, every hour I will be casting invisibility.
Okay.
Just to, so that's right.
What type of elf is she? She's not Cenorian, is she?
No, she's a wood elf.
Okay, like the other one. Gotcha.
Yep. Yeah, like the there's a kid that you ran into.
Yeah. Okay, hightailing it out.
Okay. You said you're asking questions to figure out what's going on. What kind of questions are you asking?
I'll ask her in Elvish, what is it that you're afraid of? What are we running from?
Everything. This whole place. It's wrong. It's bad. It's not true.
Like the land is bad? Like you feel like your mind is being tricked?
Don't you see? You need to see.
Question: is it okay if I assume that Stella is translating for me since I engage in?
Since we're now out of combat. Are we still in combat?
Would you have translated for
Sure.
me?
You're traveling. So yeah, the question is for Stella whether you would translate it or not.
Yes, I will translate. To the best of my ability, shouting across a horse.
Ask her how she got here. And like who put her in the pond?
How did you get here? How'd you end up in the pond?
They made me.
Who?
I did it, but I didn't want to.
Demons?
Any
A
physical
woman?
descriptors?
I had to do it. It was the only way.
Only way for what?
I needed to.
Yes,
I-
but why?
I didn't have any
Salas,
choices.
Salas will look over to Moro and ask, "Are you able to cure this one?"
How many diamonds did Bruce give me, Matt?
You asked, I believe, for one, right?
Well, you just carry full diamonds, right?
Yeah, I have. Yes, you have a full diamond.
Okay.
Yes.
Dan, would you allow a full resurrection diamond to suffice for a lesser value of diamond dust
Um,
as a spell component?
it's interesting because in our other campaign we ruled the opposite. If it doesn't say a diamond worth a certain value, then diamond dust s- actually adds up to diamonds of a certain value. But the other way around,
Like if I spend a higher spell component, will the lower component spell still work and then it's still the same it's still diamond? Because I don't really have a way to crush diamond. I can try.
Yeah, I think it's kind of silly the way that they have it set up raw. So I'd say yes. If you're gonna overspend on it, that's fine.
Okay, then ask her if she currently feels compulsions that aren't her own. Is what I'll say to Stella while I pull out the diamond.
I will go ahead and ask.
Do
No,
you have OCD?
I just want to go. I need to go. We
We're
all
we're going. We're going, but it would be helpful to know what we're leaving from.
it what made me go there. It's bad. We need to get away.
Okay, this might just be trauma. The death might have already cured her crazy. She's not trying to stab anybody. Let's hold on to this diamond for a second just in case anybody else tries to stab anybody.
I mean, I didn't have the urge to stab anybody.
Oh, that's true. You didn't. Well, she might be crazy. Then we're gonna
You
have to
did.
cure her.
You
So
did laugh a lot. You couldn't. You just thought everything was funny. So
Silas, you've been cured of that, right? The
Yes,
laughing. Okay.
unfortunately.
Um,
I
because
think I
of
was.
your personal history with people who are going through trauma, you helped that young girl who survived the the elder brain. Um, you rescued your own daughter from the death angels. Um, you've had some experience dealing with people who have had trauma. I'll let you roll an insight on her, um, based on your past experiences.
Can I have advantage on that? Because I also had to deal with Stella.
deal with me, Father. How could you?
I'd say yes, because that's the
Oh,
spirit of why I'm giving you the role. If
Silas, you're
someone else
killing
was
me.
just like, "Hey, can I roll an insight?" It would just be a straight roll. But the reason I kind of like singled you out there is because of your personal history. So that sounds really bad. I'm singling you because of your personal history, but with a 19, this seems like a totally natural reaction. She's been through some shit and she just wants out of here. Um, knowing the kind of mental fuckery that like your daughter and I think her name was oh, what was
My
it?
daughter,
Your daughter and then
Lila.
yeah, Lila, and then the girl who survived the elder brain,
Tia?
Tyrael.
Mm.
Um, it causes such a lack of perception, or kind of a mental disconnect, that when she's saying like I had no other option, like they made me, it sounds like she was probably compelled to do things, not necessarily like forced or overpowered. Like something was driving her from inside her head, not from outside, if that makes sense.
hmm Um. So she was. So I'm getting the hint that she was made to do this, not of her own will or control.
Yeah, so it was more of similar to a charm or a mind control than a physical force or puppeting.
And well, since she's riding on my back or the back of Wrath, I can say, you need not to worry. I can help protect you if something tries to take hold of you again.
Thank you. But we need to go. We need to get further. Um, I heard you chime in.
Me?
Yeah, I thought I heard your voice. Were you saying something?
No.
Okay, maybe I heard someone else or something. I thought I heard a voice somewhere in there. Um,
Going crazy over there?
it might have been just something in the background, and sometimes it's hard to tell who's speaking because like I don't have like a little indicator because I can't have Discord up at the same time. I've got too many windows.
Can
Someone,
Silas roll a trauma check on the DM?
I was gonna say someone cast Greater Restoration on Dan.
I swear I heard someone talk and it sounded like you. Like it sounded like someone said like one word and then got cut off. Um, but anyway, over to you. What direction are you taking, everyone?
I was leading them, if they're following, back to where we went mad. I'm gonna take us back on our path.
Okay. Um, as you're heading that way, the elf will kind of get her bearings and grab Silas and say, "No, no, you're going the wrong way. We got to turn around."
Do not worry. We are skilled and can defeat whatever is causing this.
Don't go that way. Don't go that way. We need to turn around.
Who is it? Who is there?
They it's bad. It's not what you think. We need to go.
I'll chime in and I'll just say we can't avoid it if you can't tell us what it is we're trying to avoid. Otherwise, we're going to ride right into it.
I I don't know what it is. It's just not it's you don't know what it is. And she'll start trying to wriggle her way off of Wrath.
No, that's not good.
Okay, she might still be crazy. I can cure her. I'm on a different horse. We're still moving on horses, correct?
I think so.
Yep.
Can I? Oh man. I haven't used this item yet, so I'm hoping for some help. Is there any way that I can crystal ball my way into her mind?
Go ahead and share it. Share
Yeah.
the object.
Because there's something where I can scry on a creature and then use detect thoughts.
Oh, that's the crystal ball of mind reading.
Okay.
Crystal ball of telepathy, crystal ball of true seeing. So yours is the crystal ball of memory. So that's the one specifically tied to your ancestors. So the special properties are the ones that you can see what she sees. So you don't get the mind reading aspect of that.
Okay.
But let's
Can I?
let's see the generic scrying spell. Um,
Yeah, I kind of want to try to see if I can see what she's talking about. So if I can use the crystal ball and just see if this is anything that my ancestor encountered before, I suppose.
okay, so you'll this takes 10 minutes to cast. So
Yeah.
you'll probably have to get off and kind of uh set yourself up in order to cast a spell.
Well, since
Um
she's trying to wriggle out, I'll stop anyway, and I'll tell Silas to stop.
I'll stop.
And just I'll try to get her to calm down. Um, and I'll just be like, "Here, we we won't go any further, but I need you to remain calm and hold this and take deep, deep breaths." And I'm just gonna like hold the crystal ball in her hands as she allows for it and like do breathing exercises with her while casting the spell.
okay. Um as long as you've at least stopped, like she'll stay calm and she's not running off panicking now. Um so in order to cast this, you have to target a creature. So
Um,
think about what you want to do and what creature you would try to target.
I can't just target the weirdness around me. I guess I'm gonna have to target her to see someone who is been under the influence of something and maybe
Yeah.
something my ancestor has encountered.
Yeah, so the vision you'll get is just going to be of her, but you might get something related to your ancestor as the tertiary feature there. So I'd say that's fair. I'm not gonna so like familiar, you don't know the target well, but like body part, you have her whole body here, so it's gonna be a very easy it's gonna be an easy check. um and it's a DC 17.
For me, sorry.
No, she has to make this save, and it
Oh.
is absolutely a failure. It is in the negatives. So and well in the negatives. So you're looking through the scrying orb. You sit there 10 minutes focusing on her. How collaborative are you making this with her? Like, are you trying to get her involved?
I'll try to get her to calm down and just say, this crystal ball can sometimes help me see things. Things that maybe you and I cannot normally see. Can you try to think back to when you were first coerced or put in the pond? I know you don't want to think about it, but anything about how you got to be here might be helpful in us getting out.
Yeah, I can try. So through this 10-minute kind of collaborative session, you'll kind of link up with her, and your vision will just kind of it's not like in your head, it's in this crystal ball. You're seeing um there's like a scrying sensor that appears right above it, and then the orb itself is just the two of you sitting there with the crystal orb in front of you, and the rest of the party mingling about as they are in real time. It's kind of like I don't know if you've ever flown a drone, but it's like you've got your little screen in your hands, and you're seeing everything that's going on, but you're seeing it from the elevated perspective of the drone on this little screen. It's like that, but you're just seeing it on this crystal ball.
Got it?
So you're just kind of seeing things in real time as you move. The figure in the ball moves. It's a real projection. But then she's there, she's struggling, and you get a flashback to a battle that your ancestor was in, and she was riding in on the back of a horse with the cavalry, uh, and she was at the back of the pack. They were charging in across an open field, and the first 3 or 4 rows of horses, hundreds wide, suddenly sank into the earth. Everyone tried to stop moving. And she was able to stop in time. But once they got there and came to their senses, probably a third of their forces fallen off this cliff. They realized it was an illusion. This open field had a huge gorge through it, and hundreds of them just rode off it, thinking they were riding through an open plain, falling to their deaths.
Okay. I will let the party know what I saw. So, I mean, we kind of already knew that this place was like fucking with us, but there could be whole ass illusions that we have no idea about, and we could just run into like a cliff or just like walk off the edge of a mountain. Like there's no. Is there any place that's safe here? And she'll ask that of our elven friend.
No. It looks safe. It feels safe. It is not safe here.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
That's not good.
She
Check her eyes.
seems like she's speaking what she believes to be the truth.
That's what I don't trust. What Stella was describing, do I know, like, can I roll my Hunter's Bane to see if that helps narrows down which Fae we're dealing with that would do something like that? Because that doesn't seem like Hag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you not familiar with this area? Are you aware of a gorge or a chasm in this area?
No. Or plains. This is all jungle here.
Where did you come from?
So first to go to your history check, Hags can create localized illusions, but nothing on the scale of obscuring an entire gorge. That's on a completely different level.
Like Archfey level?
Well, I think hags are archfey, or some of them at certain levels can be, but yeah, this is very, very powerful illusions.
Gotcha.
And then, sorry, you were going to ask her a question, it sounded like?
Where did you come from?
Well, here? I think no, that's not.
What is the name of your home?
I don't know anymore. How long have I been here?
Ice will nod and turn around. We can't believe anything she says. And keep going.
She's the best informant that we got, Ice Rose.
And she's unreliable. She cannot even
we were
remember
fucking
where she's from.
unreliable a minute or two ago, and you would have said the same damn thing about the rest of us. We've all been fucked up by this place.
Yes, we have. And she has been here probably a lot longer than we have, which means I trust us a lot more than I trust her. This is no fault of hers. But right now, she's been fucked with for so long that we can't trust anything that she's saying.
We also can't trust the land around us, and the only reason we know that for 100% sure is because of this woman right here. We could walk 5 feet and drop off the face of the earth right now. This
So what do you
entire
propose?
landscape.
Just sit here and do nothing and twiddle our thumbs?
No, we're going to try to navigate our place out of this, but maybe we need to use, something other than riding horses and hoping we don't march ourselves off a cliff.
Yes. Ice reaches down, grabs the grass, and pulls up some grass or whatever vegetation there is. Yes, that's what we've been doing this entire time, using our eyes, our ears, and our senses and our knowledge of nature.
And it hasn't worked entirely. Not
Well,
until
it hasn't, but if
recently.
you have an alternative, I'm all ears. But if you don't,
Well, we have someone that's not currently here
That's
right now
not
that could get us out of here.
reliable.
It's
Can't
not
remember
real.
shit, Stella.
Yeah,
See
I
what
know
is
it's not real. No, Ice Rose, come here. And she'll grab Ice Rose and be like, Bruce is in the sky somewhere, and he can get us the fuck out of here without us running around like goddamn idiots.
Well, he hasn't said anything yet, has he?
No, but maybe if we wave our arms and look like we're in distress, then maybe he'll come down.
Oh my god.
If you want to walk off a goddamn cliff, go for it. I'll help you fucking navigate yourself out of here. But until fucking then, she's fucking with us, and she knows a lot more than you and I, even if she's been here a fucking long time. And you just tried to fucking kill her not a couple of minutes ago, and I did too because I was fucking crazy and I felt like you. So that felt bad, just by the way. Feel very guilty about that, but here we fucking are, Ice Rose. So just if you want, yeah, if you want to fucking go that way, I will try to use my druidic whatever the fuck I can from my dad and landscape, but that's not gonna do much against fucking illusions because I know land, not magic. So, good luck to both of us. But maybe we should sit here and think about it a little bit more before we go running off to the exact same place that we got fucking fucked up in the first place.
How loud are you guys having this conversation out of curiosity?
She's like anger whispering. So it's like kind of loud, but like very like me. You
Because
know?
Ruth is so close
You
by.
see Stella like waving her arms around, I'm guessing.
Oh, she's definitely waving her arms around. This whisper battle is like only quiet in sound, but her hands are going everywhere.
Um,
I get
I
what
will
you're
say,
saying. It's magic. That's why. Why are we believing her? I don't trust her memory. If you say we can't trust ourselves, why can't we trust her? I would rather believe in us. We have 3 magic users that can maybe help us with
We've
this.
been here
Why
for
are you so dead set on
oh
believing
my
in
god,
her?
we've been here for like 2 hours and immediately got fucked. She's been here for years and was able to regain her memory. So, yeah, I
Because we
think she
killed
knows
her.
more than you do, Ice Rose. You haven't been here in a fucking decade. So, yeah, I'm gonna trust the crazy lady over you because you've just only tried to attack everyone that we see or march us into a land that we know nothing about, and I just want to take a goddamn minute. That's it. So calm the fuck down, sit the fuck down, and maybe we will think our way out of this instead of just marching off into whatever goddamn direction you want to go because you feel so butthurt about what happened here last time. So maybe we need to think before we act for goddamn fucking once.
First of all, you shot her first. Um,
Yeah, because I was fucking crazy because we've been here for only 2 hours and immediately went insane. So, yeah.
Speaking of thinking about this, I am thinking. I was here a year ago, a year and a
Yeah,
half
seems
ago,
like fucking
not 10
forever.
years ago. This wasn't here when I was here last.
Yeah, and it's
And she's
new. So,
telling you she's been here for decades. Nothing, none of what she says can be believed. Again, I'm not saying she's trying to mislead us purposefully, but her memory is fucked.
so is all of ours. We're all in the same goddamn boat. And
My
she gave me
memory
more
of this
information than
area
you
is
did thus far.
perfectly fine. It's just this shit moved in, and we need to figure it out. You're right about that, but we need to figure it out. We need to figure it out, not
Yes,
her.
that would be really fucking nice, Ice Rose. If we did this together instead of you running off and us just following, if we could just take a second, take stock of everything that we know thus far, and then maybe we'll think of something instead of just running off to the exact same place where we got our fucking heads screwed in the first place.
As long as we're not running to where she's pointing us to. Because I don't
Well,
trust that
she's
one.
not pointing anywhere because she's
Oh, she
distraught.
did. She told us to go the exact opposite.
She said get out in the most general sense possible.
At one point, we were moving in a direction, and she was
It's
saying we
true.
need to
She
go
didn't want to
back.
go. She
Yeah,
didn't
she
want to
wanted.
go back to
Yeah,
where we got
yeah. She
fucked,
said
but
she
that's
didn't
it.
want to go that way because that is deeper. She wants out.
She wanted to head back towards Corwell.
She wouldn't give you an express direction, but not the direction you're going.
She just wants
Okay.
to get out of this entire.
And
I think at this
yeah,
point,
it was any way but the way you're going.
Gotcha. My misunderstanding. I thought she was pointing in the opposite direction.
So
Guys,
this. Oh, good.
I don't feel comfortable forcing her to go this way, so we have two options. We drop her off here and let her go her own way, or well, it's just not two options, but yeah, we're gonna have to leave her here and keep going, or we go back to town.
Bruce is going to, because at this point, I feel like this has gone long enough and it's been animated enough that he is very close by. He is going to message Silas and say, "There's another option. Um, I'll talk to everyone."
What is this option?
I'll use message again on you real quick. So every this conversation is happening with message. Well, I can cast a spell that lets me see what's real and what's not. Let me talk to the others. And then I will, let's see, the order of emotional. Stella's next.
Distraught.
Yeah, distraught. I'll say Stella. I'll say I'm very close by. I can cast a spell to see what truly is and what truly isn't, if that will make everyone more comfortable.
I think we all know what is and isn't, Roos. I would prefer you just come down and show yourself.
I won't respond to that. I'll go to Ice Rose and I will say, and you can respond in DM if you want. I will say, I can cast a spell to see if what we see is real. Would that be helpful?
Yes, do it.
Okay. And then
Also, anything as power that can do anything as powerful as this probably knows where you are already.
you're thinking my thoughts too. Okay. And then I'm going to say to Luthien, I'm going to Luthien, and then I'll say the same tomorrow. But to Luthien, I'm going to say, I may need your help getting everyone to remain here for a while, an hour or so I can build a temple and cast some spells. Are you up for it?
Unless you think I'm capable of that, or that anyone would be capable of getting these people to do anything. But I'll give it a shot.
And I'll say the same tomorrow. I'm gonna build a temple. I might need some help getting everyone to try to stay here for an hour or so I can cast some more spells.
Mara will respond, "You're going to build a giant magical temple in the middle of demon territory. Do you need a greater restoration over there?"
All right. Good point. Well, give me a moment. Doing another message. Give me a moment. Hold on, I just gotta look up the spell. I'm gonna regret this, aren't I?
Are you burning all your spell slots to talk to us?
No, so far, no. The messages are
Cantrips.
cantrip. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
but
Yes.
it's just you have to be within reach or within visual, so I can't use it for a long distance. So yeah, these are just free conversations in your head with Roos. Dial 99984. Okay, so
New term for rent free.
good. So it's one action. All right, what I'm gonna do, Dan, if everyone's okay with me taking a slight derail, is I am going to, I guess, okay, I'm going to ask this is a meta question for the people who've been playing this game longer than me. Are there different levels of true sight like, or different types of true sight spells, true seeing?
I believe
Yes.
like there might be similar ones, but like true sight is true sight, bro. It's
Yeah.
pretty
Like
good.
there's two. One is from an item, and there's like the true sight spell that has, but it doesn't affect what you can see. It's more like the duration and the distance.
So true
Yeah,
seeing.
so it's an additional sense. Like many dragons have true sight. It allows you to see in the ethereal plane. You notice secret doors. You notice things that are disguised or let's see. Magical darkness, invisible creatures, invisible objects, visual illusions.
True
Original
form.
forms of shape changers and into the ethereal plane.
So the spell that I just shared, true seeing, says the spell gives the willing creature you touch the ability to see things as they actually are. Is that all encompassed in that? Has true sight. Okay, so I have true sight. Okay, good.
Mhm.
All right. Well then, sorry, the next sentence answered the question. All right. Well, in that case, as much as I hate to use it for this, I will use Wish to cast True Sight while still invisible. And let me know if I need to roll anything. I am going to use all of my other senses to see what the hell is going
Does
on.
invisible stay when you cast a spell?
As long as it's not, let me share it because it's a good question. Display.
Or cast a spell. So you would become visible. So if you're going to do it,
Okay.
you might want to hide out of sight.
Yeah, I will. Assuming I know that, because you know I haven't done this.
It's a second level spell. You'd know it by now.
Yeah, yeah. I will. I'll actually just fly high in the air. We'll say, what's the range of true sight? It is
120.
120. So I'll fly about 80 feet up, and behind where our friend, our friend or foe is, like, you know what I mean, like behind her, so she's not really looking, and then I will cast it. So I'm in the
Okay.
sky looking around, trying to be out of her view. If I do pop into her view, it won't be too alarming.
Yeah, and then in 6 seconds you can cast invisibility again.
Yep. Yeah, it won't be any more alarming than seeing an elephant with 16-foot butterfly wings.
Just
I
add to
always
the
just
drama.
think of the Smashing Pumpkins bullet with butterfly wings.
That should be my theme song.
Um
All right. Do you
so
want to? Okay, yeah, I would say if you want to say it to the group or say it to me, it's fine. Either way.
I mean, it's going to be easy for you to relay it if you want to, which I assume you would.
Depends on what I see.
Well then let's drop down to the sidebar.
Okay. All right.
The entire landscape is one giant monster
I think we're gonna get
on the
eaten.
back of a giant monster.
Yeah,
About to
agree.
walk into its mouth.
I think we should just burn the whole place down. Personal
What if we
opinion.
just start systematically burning everything on our way to
Can
Kazgarov? Being
illusions
like, we're more
work when it
destructive
gets
than you
on fire?
leave.
I mean, at this
Are you
point, we
even? Are you
should just,
are you still cursed?
at this point we should just start worshiping Imix.
Okay, that
Yeah,
definitely
wait,
sounds.
hold,
Well, actually,
hold
that
on,
might
that's a
work.
great
Hold
plan.
on a second. I did help him out.
Yeah,
You know, like, yeah,
you
let's just call
did.
the fire. Let's just call the fire elemental to help restore balance to the nations.
Yep. We can just worship Imix. He'll take care of all our problems for us. Problem
This is
solved.
an angle I had not considered. Thank you for contributing to my brainstorming.
Uh, any guesses on whether there's actually a hag?
I think it's been a hag the entire time, and we just can't
I-
get a straight answer on it.
Yeah, I don't think so, though. Like I said it
I
last
think
session
it
too.
was
Like
just. I think it was just a later effect from that mushroom wine. That Dan was just silently rolling in the background.
we haven't drank that in a while, but
I know,
but
that's
no,
why it's
like
a
I said,
later effect.
yeah, I said last session though, like when I was telling the party about the hag, it's like, oh, it looks like there's a hag, but like something feels off about it. It's not quite right. It's not quite what a hag would do.
Yeah, they haven't even offered us any pies.
Yeah, and they're not this proactive.
Like they always try to like,
Well, they
I'm
tend to wait.
gonna
For
I
I'm
don't
people
gonna
know.
to
take
I've
a
show up.
water
met
break
one
while
hag
this
in
is
my life,
happening.
so
What was that, Stella? Or,
I'm gonna take a water break while this is happening. I'll be back.
oh yeah, are all of you going to be at the Final Fantasy concert?
I will not be.
Would be.
Who is
In fact, I
going?
need to ask. I mean, I'm going. I think Dan said he was going. Matt couldn't go. I thought a
Yes,
bunch of
sir.
people were going. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out too, because I'm looking at taking Wesley to Wisconsin around that time. Actually, I'd be
Hmm.
coming to pick him up from Wisconsin. I'm just trying to get a head count. It's
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be there. I'm super excited about it.
yeah, so it's you, Dan, Stella, or Sarah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Matt wasn't going. Okay.
Mhm. My wife will be there too, I believe. So that'll be
Okay.
fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if Matt sold off his tickets yet, but like we invited our other DM too because he's in Chicago as well. See if he can get Matt's ticket
No, I think he's got. I think he's got at least one, maybe two.
left.
Yeah, I think so. Because he bought a bunch, and I think he's not going, and maybe one other person. So I think he has at least one, maybe two.
Gotcha. Yeah, we weren't sure if he sold it off yet, but I will not be going for the concert, but I'll be able to meet up with people. Are you there for just the weekend, or are you guys staying a little bit longer?
I think just the week.
Okay.
Do you think Matt's going crazy simply because he looked at something?
We're on the back of Tarask.
Can hags be elves? Or is that like its own class or own race or something?
Yeah, they're a type of fae. Like any, yeah. Where was the hag cheat sheet? Because it had a little bit on the origins of hags there.
They're a
Yeah.
type of fey creature. They're
Yeah.
their own thing.
But they can't be elven.
They have fey ancestry like elves do,
Yeah.
Hello.
but
They're
not
clones.
necessarily elves themselves.
Yeah. And they're naturally shapeshifters.
Mm.
Who are?
hags?
Yep, yep.
So, um,
Like Nana Moring's a hag.
All right, you guys ready?
Are you?
I
Uh,
guess. What are
Turns
we
out
ready
Roos
for?
is the big bad guy. No, I'm just joking. So Roos is going to become visible. He flies down a good deal away in front, maybe 30, 40 feet behind one of the trees. And sorry, I had to say it like that. And then comes out from behind one of the trees. So it looks like he's walking and approaching without startling the guest and says, hello, everyone. I'm back. Who is our new friend?
That is a good question. Did we ever get your name?
No.
Didn't remember.
Hi. Sorry. This has been a very stressful time for everyone. What is your name? My name is Stella.
Okay, I'm trying to remember if this was a name I used for something else or if it was. Wasn't it Thalindra? No, that's the fairy name.
That's the
Okay,
fairy queen.
that's the fairy queen. So it is. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that is her name. Because
Oh.
this was the fairy queen. You shot and killed her, but she is an elf. Her name is Thalindra.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't quite sure if that was your real name. So, Thalindra. Um, this is Roos. I'm Stella. That's Mara.
No
I
giving out
suppose.
names.
And she just keeps going.
Oh, it's
Ice is just standing behind Stella,
Lillian and
shaking her head.
Silas.
I forgot about that, to be honest.
nice to meet you, Thalindra. Well, I can see, and I kind of, Roos is not good at subtlety, but he'll do his best. I can see that you are, in fact, an elf, and I will start speaking Elvish to her. Oh, I will then say, because she doesn't speak anything else. I'll say what I just said, and then I'll say in Elvish, "Oh, I'm sorry, you likely speak only Elvish. Am I correct?" In Elvish.
And Sylvan?
I don't speak Sylvan, so we'll have to default to our mutual language. Do you happen to speak Gnomish? It could be fun to practice a little Gnomish.
I don't think I've ever met a gnome.
Well, they're great people. You should sometime. Anyway, well, nice to meet you. I was doing some scouting for the party here. If you need to, if you have questions for me, I've done quite a bit of searching nearby and have some interesting answers. You can ask me in Elvish, but I will be talking to my party in Common. Yeah, since everyone speaks that, so I just didn't want you to feel like you were being spoken about.
Well, that's all they're talking about, isn't it? When can we go?
Uh, that's an excellent question. Where are you from?
I thought I was from here, but here isn't. It isn't.
That is a great way to put it, in fact. Well, do you remember where you were before you were here?
It feels like forever ago.
Yeah.
Um,
And this is
It's-
on Elvish, so the Elvish speakers can understand this.
It's still a blur at this point. We're still at risk.
Yes, we are. If you don't mind, I will. You're safe with this party. We have defeated things greater than I ever thought I'd experience in my life. So you're safe with this group. But let me talk to them, and feel free to chime in if you have questions, or we can reconvene with the Elvish speakers afterward. Does that sound good?
If you're not going to leave, I'll just go.
We are
Let's
going to
decide
leave.
soon.
We are going to leave, but as you probably know or feel, there's no real way to leave directly by walking. So it's going to take some planning. Would you like some nuts?
Yes, very much so.
There you go. I hand her a bag of nuts.
Okay. And she will gorge herself.
Oh, a little trick. The chicken loves the nuts and will listen and do commands. So feel free to play with the chicken. Its name is Nugget.
Oh my god.
Just don't stray too far. All right. Well, okay. I'm sure the Elvish people are probably who heard that. Elvish speakers are probably. Before I speak Common, anything the Elvish speakers want to say, or should I just go to Common?
Nah, you handled it well.
Well, I was just calming her down, everyone. She is right when she says this place isn't what it seems to be, as we all have sensed. Well, I can tell you this: none of this is real. But I can barely see what is real. I can't see through the spell for any more than a. I don't even know if it's a spell. I can't see through this illusion for any more than a split second. And when I do, I see barren land. Everything here is fake. And as far as I could see, everything here is fake. Now, the good news is our friend here is our friend here. She is who she says she is. But quite frankly, this is beyond me. This is more powerful than I can decipher. So, with that knowledge, I've told our friend here that we are leaving. However, I don't necessarily know if walking is the way out of here. We could try, but I have a feeling I don't know. I don't know if that will work. Just so you know, I'm still able to see everything, which is giving me quite a headache because it's not. Well, this as fast as I can see through it, it manifests. It's dizzying. Nothing around us. There's no threats. There's no one near us. So we do have a little bit of time, but as our friend has said, probably best to go. Thoughts? Anyone? Because I'm at a loss.
So ahead is not the way to go.
It's as good as any way, I'd imagine, based on what I'm seeing.
How do we know we're going the right way out of here?
Dan, is sense of direction impacted by this?
Based on what Mara described to you as you were, I think it was Mara and Stella, as you were navigating, navigation is definitely impacted with Mars Arcana checks and Stella and Isis tracking. And if you keep True Sight up and you're able to see through the illusions, it would allow you guys to navigate more efficiently through the illusions that were leading you astray prior. But as far as like the direction to go, you haven't encountered those same type of obstacles as you got deeper in. As you got deeper in, you guys encountered that stuff fucking with your head more than just simple illusions trying to lead you astray.
Okay. Then I will say in response to Silas's question, well, I can only see this for a little less than an hour, and then we'll need to wait till tomorrow. I would think that the best use of my abilities would be perhaps teleporting. I don't want to necessarily recall us back to where we last were. And I also don't know, crap, how many people can I even do with that? It's been a while. Or to recall 5 willing creatures. So I could only take 5 of us plus myself. I in other words, I don't think going anywhere is going to help us physically. I think maybe we should figure out the best way to magically get ourselves out of here. However, our friend here might feel more comfortable if we are moving. So maybe while we talk, we can continue to navigate with my true sight for an hour. And then once that's gone, I would say it's best to not go much further by foot.
How about this? We use the time we have now to set up a temple. Stay
Mhm.
here for a bit while you work on getting some of us out. Maybe 3 at a time, 4 at a time.
Well, the problem with that is I could only go one way. There's no way for me to get back necessarily. Well, I think a temple is a good idea if it's non-discrete, though Mara makes a good point about the potential issues of that if this is perhaps demon, although I don't know what it is. And so I'm open to doing a temple, and then that gives us some security for a day while maybe we all brainstorm on what abilities we have to get people to and fro without in a limited amount of time.
Can you describe or can you show me what you saw?
I could show you tomorrow. I could give you true sight tomorrow.
I think we
No,
should
can
probably.
you like make a magic picture and show me what you saw?
I'm not with any spells I have. Tomorrow I could do so, but I could. I used a very powerful. I wished for this ability, and that spell requires a long time to recover.
You did Luthien give you the ring?
No, he has stone.
Oh yeah, I guess you. No, he did not. I have recently. Well, this is probably not the best time to have this conversation, but I am capable of casting the wish spell now. That I know that might make things a little. Um, the fortress I've been building, other thing, I can cast wish. Probably not the best way for this to come out, but
So
I'm
you
able to
could
do that.
wish all of this away.
Well, well, that's not as such.
Not easily, Ice Rose. It took
We
us like
should
half an hour to wish you
yeah
just from the fucking celestial plane. It's not
uh,
that easy.
Or
yeah.
you
To
could
be
wish for the
specific, well,
being that was responsible for this to be here.
not without significant consequence. To be clear, my people, there's some certain spells that we study and very few ever achieve. Wish being one of them, and I thank you all for helping me achieve this through our experience and trials. But I technically am not supposed to be using the spell until I return home and speak with some masters of the art. However, circumstances have forced it. But what I can tell you is that all that we use Wish for is established spells that are known. Anything else has consequences that are beyond our ability to control. And so the answer is to your question, yes, but not without an unknown cost that could be worse than the wish. However, it does give me the ability every day or so to do some pretty powerful things if needed. So
It's sounding more and more like our only option or our only way of getting out of here is to recall, and that leaves 2 of us stranded.
Well, not necessarily. Let's think.
I mean, Bruce
So-
has true sight for the next hour or so. I say we use it to get wherever we want to get to camp.
Yeah. So, recap on the geography. You guys entered into this country early in a day. You camped just outside its borders, and I believe you spent one night outside of where Ice Rose was leading you.
No,
Is that
we have not passed the
we have
night
not
yet.
spent the night?
No, we're supposed to only be like half a day's
Okay.
journey away from the battle.
Well, anyway, the distance that you are inside the border is quite a journey. But between the fountain and where you guys contracted the madness, that was only an hour to a journey. That was not very far. So you are still relatively close to there. You are deep inside, and you know that it was a grueling journey to get this deep. But within where you are, it is not a it's not too far to get around inside of here. Is just putting in context. It's not like you traveled really far in and then really far to get to the fountain. The fountain was just a slight detour. So you still are pretty near where your original destination was.
Well, and Ice Rose, do you know if they have a teleportation circle back in the city we left?
Teleportation circle to where?
Just
We
a
have
circle.
one from the princess.
Well, I could make a teleportation circle for us tomorrow.
I can teleport us right now if we need to.
Oh well.
I'm not going back. You can go.
Well, we could go forward then if there's a teleportation circle forward. Do we know anyone
Not
we can
without the
communicate?
symbols.
Well, do we know anyone we can communicate with?
Can we at least send this poor girl through a teleportation and the rest of us stay here and muck it up?
That could be good. She doesn't
Let
know where
me
she's from.
Well, we can at least send her I know the teleportation for back in the castle. We can send her there. We know that's safe. We might be able to figure out where she's from.
Do we remember anyone that we know that's there that we could warn that a strange woman with barely any
Sasha, the
memory?
princess.
Yeah,
Okay.
we could send a message ahead of time.
Let's do that. Let's
Or
just
do we want to do someplace safer, like Prosperity's Rise? And
I mean, I don't want to send her too far. She might have family here.
I'll ask her in Elvish. Do you know if you have any family close by? Do you remember?
It's all fuzzy.
Would you prefer us to send you somewhere? We can send you somewhere quickly, safely, while we potentially go deeper into this mess. Would you prefer to be someplace close by, but possibly closer at risk to the forces at play here, or further away and much safer?
As long as I'm out of this
This, yes, exactly. That's what this is.
Send her
This,
to
this.
Corwell.
Yeah, that seems fair.
They
Send her to
probably speak
Corwell.
more
They
Elvish
will.
there too.
What about Stella's village?
No, you need to send her to
I'd way
Corwell.
too
If
far.
you send her, if you send her anywhere else in the world, nobody's going to know what to do with her.
That's
If
true.
you send her to Corwell, they know what's up with this area. They will know what to do with her.
And we could send her with a message as well. And she may have family there. Good point. Mara, can you send her there?
Yeah, we have the symbols for their teleportation circle, right?
We do. The princess gave it to us the other night.
Okay. Then yeah, I can send her right now. It'll just take me 1 minute. I have a little
I'll let Ice. Maybe it's best for you and Stella to talk to her about where she's headed.
I'll go ahead and yeah. And Stella will go over there and explain that we're sending her to Corwell, and there will be people there that will understand her situation, and try to tell her that, what to say in terms of like who sent her there, why she was sent, and just try to give her as much instruction in a minute of what to expect and what to say when she arrives.
Well,
Okay.
if Mara will wait to cast it until we say go, I should probably send a sending
Well,
to
yeah,
someone.
because it's only open for 6 seconds, so I'm not gonna cast it until you guys are ready.
Cool. While you're talking to her, I will say, who should we send a message to? I can send it to my brother's messenger there, or we could send it directly to the queen, or whatever her name, princess, whatever her role was. I was a little out of it that day. Princess, queen.
I say the princess. She was the one to approach us in the first place.
All right. I
We are
will.
using her circle that she gave us, so yeah.
That's true. All right, I will do that. I'm going to go to sending. What was her name?
Queen Tanisha.
Queen Tanisha. Sister. Okay, where is sending? I just got to find one. Okay, there we go. Casting sending. And I will say, hello, Queen Tanisha. This is Roos. We've found a young elf girl who is quite confused, but is in fact an elf. Sending her back through the teleportation circle. That word I would say correctly. Teleportation circle. Now. And I would wait for a response.
Refugees. We've not seen many from there. We will accept them with open arms and see that their needs are cared for.
Okay.
Do you have charcoal, some sort of writing instrument?
Do I?
Mara,
Oh,
or
yeah.
anyone, I guess. Can
I have chalk.
I need something that will stay on skin.
Uh,
I have.
oh, she writes in her book all the time. She'd definitely have some sort of pen, something, or charcoal. Probably charcoal would mark best on her book. So yeah, she probably has charcoal on her.
Okay. I will borrow a piece of charcoal from Mara. Walk up
Uh,
to the what was her name? Talindra?
Glendria.
Give me your arm.
She will reluctantly.
I'm going to put marks on her arm. I'm going to mark a few things in the type of military markings that, like, signs that you leave for other people when you're in the military. On her arm, I will put a mark for Fae, Hag, Illusion, and Hostage.
Okay.
Show this to Ferdinand.
Okay.
And I will pocket the charcoal.
Pocket the chart.
Yep. Dealing
And-
Mara's
Rude.
head.
You know, when you
And-
fill out a form and you don't return a pen. Oh my god.
Yeah, basically.
And you said to Fairden, right?
Yes, to Ferdinand.
Okay, do you want to keep that as canon?
Wait, isn't that his name?
Fairden is his wife who is dead.
Oh, Aravan, sorry.
Aravan. Okay.
I was reading the wrong part of the sentence.
that would get a very different response.
Yeah, no. No, I definitely am sending her to Aradan.
Okay.
Erevan. Yep.
You said that, and I was like, wait, am I wrong on that?
Nope, thanks for catching that.
Okay. So to Erevan. Okay.
Mhm.
Right. Well, Mara, I believe whenever you're ready. It was nice meeting you, Thalindra. You'll be safer, where we're sending you.
You should get out.
We probably will, and very sorry for how we acted earlier. We were not in our right minds.
It's not real.
That, my dear, is true.
All right, well, Mara will start to draw into the ground the 10-foot location around only the elf girl, so nobody else gets teleported with it.
Okay.
This isn't the portal where we have to remind her to duck, right? No, that's the other one. Okay, you
No.
should be fine standing. Mara will say that out loud as she's casting.
You should be fine standing. She
You
is
should be
definitely
fine
gonna duck.
standing.
Yeah.
She's gonna sit right down.
Yeah.
It's like when they transport people in different body positions, like in Star
And
Trek.
then, assuming my spell doesn't get interrupted in 1 minute, the teleportation circle will glow and she will disappear off to Corwell.
Yep. She will bamf out of there and she's gone.
Awesome.
And
What
I'm going
direction?
to immediately use my Pact of the Rod Keeper to get that spell slot back.
Okay. Pact of the Rod Keeper.
Rod of the Pact Keeper.
This is the other reason why I want to send her to
You know
Cornwall.
what? It's there. I've made a lot of packs. Okay, I'm trying to. It's hard to keep them all straight.
So, she's branded. Do I sense her the direction that she's in?
Yeah, she's at Corwell.
Cool. Based off of that and from memory, can I use that to give myself an idea which direction the Battle of Kaer Corwell was? With her as I'm using her as a compass.
Yeah, I mean, once you got like deep into the country here, you weren't being led astray by illusion. You were being led astray by your thought that there was a hag here you had to go hunt. So when you started trekking off, you were headed towards where you not where you came from, but where you were where you contracted that madness. So you were on the right direction.
Okay, cool.
Should we continue on or should we rest? Or I'm up for either.
Do we even know what time it is?
It's late.
I don't trust anything, but I'm tired.
I'm tired too. I think we should make the use of your eyes because you can actually see right now what's happening and get further in, I guess, and then temple.
Yeah, well, I'm fine with that. I have maybe, I'd imagine, 45 minutes or so left of this ability to
Yeah,
see.
we might as well just use it.
Which way, Ice Rose? Oh, wait, I won't ask that because I won't know what you just talked to Dan about. Does anyone know which way we should go?
Ice will point that way.
That's as good as any.
Okay.
And Dan, just let me know as I'm looking if I see anything. I'll fly above the group about 20 feet.
Okay.
Visible this time.
Yeah, so the range is only 120, so you're not going to see that far. But you are seeing this. You are getting glimpses through before it covers back over. but nothing particularly of note. You notice them, trying to walk around things that you get glimpses that tell you that they're not really there.
Yeah. Okay. Can people walk through an illusion?
If they successfully save against it.
Ah, okay. So I'm not going to try to tell them to walk through. I'll just say, keep going. Yeah. Then we'll just be slowed by the illusion then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So essentially, if they believe it's there, they're going to walk into it.
Okay. Um,
But if we accidentally walk through it, that breaks the illusion, right?
You would think.
that would be something I would try after I run out of true sight. So I'll just let's hurry. I know everything is in your way, but navigate around and through it as quickly as possible. I'll let you know when I can no longer see what's real.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we walk into the thick of it.
You guys navigate. You're headed back the way you came. And Roos, you're starting to see.
Wait, are we heading the way we came, or are we heading the opposite way, Ice?
The way we came.
Oh,
well,
okay.
so way we came is misleading. So you're heading back to where you contracted the madness.
Where
I'm
we went
heading,
crazy.
yeah,
what we've been-
basically. Yeah.
Yes. Where we came, not to the city, opposite of the city.
The
Opposite
place of madness.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great
Madness
idea.
Village.
Let's go back where we went crazy.
Pandemonium.
That's a good name for it. Let's call it Pandemonium for now.
We
So
should
you're
have
heading
another
toward.
session that already.
Perfect.
You're heading towards Pandemonium. Um, as you guys are walking, you give it that moniker after struggling to figure out what to call it. Roos, from your aerial perspective, you are starting to notice these stone ruins coming into your line of sight, not quite into your true sight yet. These are still hundreds of feet off when you start to lose your true sight.
So I'm not sure if they're fake or real.
Correct. But when you encountered those last time, that's when you encountered the madness.
Okay. And then my true sight wears off. All right, well, everyone, I see up ahead the area where we all went maybe a little crazy, and I no longer can see through the illusion. So perhaps it's best we stop here.
Let's rest,
All right.
please.
Well, Mara. Well, I guess a group decision here. I can build a temple for us, and probably should, because it does protect us from. Let me look up my spell. It does protect us from celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and the undead. So that as good a protection as we're going to get. So I'll build that, but should I keep it small or should I make it a little larger? What do we think?
Small, probably. You don't
All
need
right.
anything huge.
All right. I will spend the next hour casting Temple of the Gods, and I will build a mimicking the wood of the trees and other things that are, like I will just basically build the equivalent of a tropical, we'll say, I want to say I'm going to mix two things here, like the Nordic halls that they had, like the Beowulf Hall. So it's not that big,
Yeah.
but big and open, but in a tropical sort of materials. I just don't know the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. I've got the image.
Yep. And then one door, that door will face the direction we were heading,
Okay.
and it will be closed. And you know what? Sorry, I might use something that I've never used on this spell. You make all the decisions about the temples. Only you and any creature designated. I am the only people who can open the door, because it says only you and the creatures I designate. We are all inside the temple. The only people who can open the door are me, Mara,
And that's it.
no, I'm just trying to think. Wait a second. Wait, have I seen Mara get a healing spell done to her,
No,
or a greater
I don't think
greater?
so.
Okay, so me, Silas, and Luthien, and I know that Sella had one, and I
Yeah.
know that Ice Rose had one, but
Stella doesn't care. She doesn't plan to leave.
um, but what I'm going to say to the group is, the only one who can open the door is myself. So please wake me up if anything happens urgently. Yes, we've had a prison for Ice Rose the entire time and haven't used it. Because Roos would never do that. Roos would never do that.
Don't say never. You're doing it now.
Well, without good reason, and I feel like he has good reason at the moment. Because
True.
so I'll say that, and what I will say is, so I'd say that, and then I will message Luthien and say, just so you're aware, you also can open the door. But I didn't want anyone else to know that. Luthien can reply if he wants before I say the same thing to Silas.
Okay. Thanks.
Roos will do the tap on the forehead thing, like, and then he'll say the same to Silas. Just so you know, you can also open the door, but I don't want anyone else to know that.
Oh.
Stella just shuffles off into whatever is her bedroom. She's like, doesn't even care. She's like, I'm so tired.
He said he was making it one big room, right?
Yes. Yeah. And
Whatever
then
bed is available, she just plops right into it.
and then I'll say to Ice Rose via message, I know you may not like it, but I felt it best that only I can open this door.
You can talk to me out in the open. Why are you trying to keep it a secret?
Well,
He says out loud.
Well, and I'll say in a message, because I want to tell you that the only way that you can get rid of this without me opening the door is disintegrating the temple in case you need it.
Again, you can. Why are you telling me this?
Because you're from here and you know the area more, and I feel like
And I don't do magic.
I know.
I don't understand.
Well, that's okay. Good night.
Before you go to bed, though,
Yes.
I wanted to talk to you about magic.
All right.
That wish spell you had. You said the limitations for you are that you can use it to cast a spell.
Well, I'm quite tired. How about you let me know which watch you're taking, and I'll join you on that watch. I need to sleep for at least a few hours.
I only need 4.
Well, wake me up when you're ready for me to join you on a watch.
Okay.
And then Roos will find a nice corner and sleep.
Okay. You guys are in this temple. Roos and Ice have already kind of declared that they will take a watch. Is anyone else going to take a watch, or who's just trusting the temple as is?
Luthien will take a watch.
Any preference on when?
No, not really. Whatever needs done.
I'll take the last hour with Ice if she's doing the last 2 watches.
I'll do the first one.
And I'll take the first section with Ice.
I'll take the middle. One of the middles.
Does that look
Malcolm.
good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Marin, Luthien, then Stella, then Ice and Roos, and I'll do the stretcheroo on Ice Rose again.
Oh, keep that.
Um,
Hell,
Bruce needs to roll. He needs
I
to
got
roll whether or not he snores. What would be the best roll for that?
um,
Does Ruse have sleep apnea?
He doesn't usually, but he's quite tired, and he didn't build this very big, and it's one room. So I felt like
I'm going
should
to
be
give
on
you a
it.
60% chance. So roll a d100.
Alrighty. I go
With that
here and I
goes,
do
I would say 80.
E100.
Oh, you're snoring.
All right. Sorry, guys.
Like a trumpet.
And so you made this opaque, right?
The walls?
Yeah.
Yeah, very opaque. It is for all intents and purposes, anyone else caught in whatever we are caught in would think it's part of the natural.
Can we
Okay.
see out?
I
If
would
it's
have put
opaque, no.
I
Oh,
would have
you
put like some windows, but like
okay?
really small. You know what I mean? Like because no one would build a structure with no windows. So there would be
Yeah.
some windows, but they wouldn't be. You'd have to kind of climb up to get to them. You know, a little bit, or tippy toes, or on a horse, or on an RX.
Okay. So Mara and Luthien, you're taking first watch. There are small windows, but they're a bear to get to.
I'd probably alternate between watching out the windows, and keeping an eye out on stuff with Arcana. And then also complaining about my feet itching.
Wait, your feet itch?
Well, yeah, they've been itching for like 2 weeks. I think I might be allergic to something in the soil here. They have not stopped itching since we've got to this land. I was gonna go see the
Uh,
doctor about it in
n-
Corwell, but then we got rushed out, and it was, Stella looked at it. She said it was fine. I don't know. It's
Nobody else is having that problem.
well, that's why I thought maybe I was allergic to something. Never walked here before.
But Stella said it was fine.
I get that's what she said. I don't know. She knows things about plants. She knows more about plants than I
Uh,
do.
Well, yeah, but that's what worries me. Like, if she says it's fine, then it's weird that it's not fine. Like, I would trust Stella to know that something is fine. At least when it comes to nature, she seems pretty on the ball about that. Am I overthinking this? Is this?
I don't know. Are we overthinking everything here? Maybe.
I mean, should we try like a cleanse disease or something, or maybe
I mean,
another restoration?
maybe it might be a disease. We did interact with a lot of mushrooms. I guess I'm about to go to sleep. There's no harm in slapping a quick greater restoration on myself. That's not a terrible idea.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Well, I do still have that diamond that Roos gave me earlier. I didn't use that yet. So Mara will use the diamond to cast Greater Restoration on myself.
All
Was it
right.
spend the
Let's
whole
hope
diamond?
That's what I ruled, is if she wants to overspend.
No change.
Yeah, there's no really change when the spell consumes it.
Yep.
It's like when I put $100 bill in the Venture machine once.
Oh,
Yep.
I had bus passes for a month.
Oh wow, that actually did seem to clear up the itching. I must have picked something up from that mushroom lady.
yeah, weird. Well, I'm glad none of us seem to have gotten anything.
Well, at least I'm not crazy.
Well, you know,
Two things can both
let's
be
not.
true.
Yeah, let's not jump to conclusions.
I'm pretty sure I'm not crazy. I think I'd know if I was crazy. I knew my
That's
feet.
what
I knew my
probably
feet are.
every crazy person thinks.
Well, I knew something was wrong with my feet, despite everyone telling me it was fine. So,
Good point. Good point. Well,
did I hear right that we're wandering around a forest that doesn't really exist, and it's a barren landscape, that we can't see through without wishing for it?
yeah, I think that was kind of the gist of it.
Okay, cool. Just making sure I know what we're up
Yeah,
against.
yeah, same thing as always.
I wonder how many more diamonds Roos
Inevitability
has.
of certain death. Oh, I'm sorry?
I said, I wonder how many more diamonds Roos has, in case we all go in case everyone else goes crazy again.
Hopefully a lot, because we're going right back in, aren't we?
I mean, it's either that or let Ice die alone.
So, yeah, we all just die with her. That's something.
Well, if
Because
Kazgrov
that's
wins
one way
it,
to do it.
dying before he wins is better than surviving after he wins, I feel.
Okay. It's one way to look at it.
So, yeah, this is that's a big illusion spell to put on an area. Hey
It
Dan,
is.
can I roll for an arcana to understand how much power that would require?
Yeah, absolutely. It is almost incomprehensible how much power would be required to cover this much area.
I'm gonna stop thinking about that now. That's yeah, I'm gonna stop running the numbers on that. I'm gonna just stop counting. Um cool. And Mara just kind of gets this glassy look in her eyes where like she, like like she did the day that she saw James's face and saw Celestial's true form, no big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same way. I'll just go on about my watch, staring into the, middle distance. Just blank.
Okay. Yeah, you don't notice anything eventful. A vibrant jungle, breezes, nothing unnatural seeming. I worded that very ominously.
Yeah, I'm
I
waiting
mean, like we
for
know that
something to drop.
everything we see isn't real, so nothing
Yeah.
seeming, yeah.
but it did not. I did not intend for it to be as ominous as it came out.
Of
But,
course you
yes.
didn't, Dan. Hmm.
All right. Anything else you guys are doing on your watch, or waking up Stella?
I'm waking up Stella.
Waking up, Stella.
All right, Stella, you're up.
I'm so tired. She'll slap her cheeks a little bit and then go to some sort of area where she can see the most in the dark, even though she's like, probably won't do any good because of illusions, but she'll try.
Okay. So probably perching up in one of those windows on the front side of the house facing towards where you were going.
Mhm.
Okay. Just rolling a perception check.
Nope. She is really tired.
You're like falling asleep and like you keep clonking your head on like the sides of this little slit there. Like you're not able to, like, you're not getting your head all the way down to where you're like falling asleep, but you are like dozing off and like your forehead starts to hurt from hitting the stone.
Wow. What the heck?
And then
Well,
nothing of note.
all right. She'll wake up Ice Rose and Roos. Be like, it's time for watch. Good night. Nothing weird. Good night.
Yeah, so Ice, you gain the benefit of a long rest, and then Roos, you're on watch.
Oh dear, dear.
Well, I'm glad to see that things are going smoothly. I'm almost ready to be fully rested. Ugh, what a journey we're on. Oh, you wanted to talk about something. What was it, Ice Rose?
Well, that wish spell you were talking about and the limitations of your use.
Oh, yes, yes.
Sounds like if it's a regular spell, you're allowed to use wish for it.
Yes, well, yes, the way it works is that we are told to never use wish for something we're not certain of the outcome. And some have done it, and it's made it so they can no longer wish. This is obviously ancient history, where legendary people have done it because the consequences are dire. But so we've assumed that the only way to know the full consequences of something is for it to be a spell that we have in the collective repertoire of our spells, which is quite diverse. Just about anything you need, realistically. But, well, I guess that answers the question, unless you have more.
Is there a spell that can bring a creature to us or bring us to a specific creature?
Um, well, I I can ask. I can always send to my brother. We have uh, for lack of better terms, an army of sorcerers and wizards and other magic users that on my in my native land that I have access to. I could always inquire by sending for a specific spell, but I'll also say it this way: in general, there are creative solutions for just about anything. Um, so probably, I'd say, if not as easy as bringing them to our doorstep, we could probably at least get awfully close if we knew enough about them.
So, DM, this is a little bit of metagaming, but I want to ask you with like ISIS experience with Corwell and the military and the magic users there. Will I have ever seen the gate spell used?
Have you guys used the gate spell?
This party has not. don't think anyone has the gate spell, unless Roos has it, but he hasn't used it.
Oh, it's Artis I'm thinking about that.
Correct.
I don't believe I can use wish for the gate spell though.
Yeah, you can't wish for that. It's a 9th level spell.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 6th level for some reason.
No.
Okay.
So you probably would have heard of the ancients using it for very targeted raids and things like that, but that's something that there was would probably only have been one person who could possibly use it, and they would be a legendary magic user where like they would be known as the person who could do that one specific thing. There's that level of specialization in it.
Okay. So back to conversation with Roos. So one of the things that I've seen some of our ancients do is to, I guess, speak the name of a person, and that opened a portal directly to that person. Could
Yeah,
that-
I've heard of that as well. That would be beyond my capabilities now, even with the ability to wish. It's a more powerful spell, or at least as powerful as wishing. And in general, the one caveat is I have to be able to wish for something that is takes less ability and power than the wish spell itself. Power out has to be less than power in, if that makes sense. Can't be-
understood?
yeah.
Understood. Well, that was an idea. Is there a spell that could give you the name? That could give you knowledge?
Oh, I could definitely ask. I mean, I'm sure we have similar legends. I'm sure that we know that some of my superiors know. However, well, that spell is as powerful, like I said, as wish, and my people in general only focus towards wish as their top spell, and no one that I know of gets more than just one top spell. So for me to achieve it is very rare, and I'm realizing the weight of it as I've now achieved it.
But is there a... So there's no way to divine the truth.
Divine the truth of what exactly?
Of the creature that's behind all of this.
Well, there's always a way. I would just say that not from within whatever we are in, potentially, unless we wanted to get its attention, and I wouldn't even know how to do that. I'd say probably, well, part of me wants to just get through this and see what's on the other end, but we would move quite slowly. We could only move an hour a day. And that's
With you that it would be best to just move through this and hope that whatever this is done with us. I have a suspicion though that it won't be, and we're going to be walking into a fight with this chasing up behind our backs.
Well, it's quite an elaborate spell, and I'm certain whatever is causing this spell is beyond. Well, it's beyond my capabilities, and I'm worried it's beyond all of our capabilities to overcome without better understanding what exactly we're facing.
Yes, which is why I was hoping that we would be able to wish ourselves some knowledge about it.
Well, that's where the creative part comes in. Perhaps there are some spells that are that in their combination will allow us more insight, knowledge, and abilities. But it's slow going. I can only do it once a day or so, and so perhaps the best plan is a few simultaneous approaches. Continue moving or move out of this location if we can agree on a place to go, while simultaneously looking into other options. I just feel it'd be a shame for us to return all the way back. I guess we could do it. We could teleport back to Cornwall. And not further back. Is I could find out. Is there a city? Well, one thing I could do, if you know of a city on the other side of whatever this might be, perhaps my brother has people everywhere. We could find out. We could teleport there. We could, if we find out their symbols, and we could potentially arrange that through a variety of means.
Sorry, you lost me. A city?
Or a place with a teleportation circle, I guess.
Oh, no. I don't do magic.
Well then, let me do one thing. Real quick, I'm gonna cast Ascending, Dan,
Okay.
to my brother. And I'm going to say, I'm gonna have to do this at the 4th level. Why wouldn't it let me cast Ascending at 4th level?
You might just have to manually tick off the slot.
Yeah.
that's weird.
Yeah. Usually lets me do that, but it didn't. I'm going to say, in quite the predicament, stuck in a powerful illusion. We're we're east of Cornwall, right?
West.
West, okay. West of Cornwall? Okay. And we're heading west, right?
Yes.
Okay. West of Cornwall.
Journey to the west.
Are you able... All right, that was 10. Are you able to connect me with a teleportation circle west of my location, brother? And Dan, just so you know, connect me with teleportation circle would be pretty clear to him. Like, just can you get me how, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like,
Yeah. Um, after a slight delay, you will get a description back. Sounds like it's describing the castle where Sasha and what's her name?
Eolora.
Alora are holed up.
we already have that one.
Yeah.
Why? So, okay, maybe I need to look at the map.
So it is west, but you've got let's see. I know I've got the map up.
Were we ultimately heading east though, or were we
No, we're
actually
heading west, but what he's trying to tell you is like this is all demon land. So the next known
Oh.
teleportation circle is as far out as Elora's castle.
Wow. Okay. So,
Yeah.
well, but he would also know, and so Cornwall is east of us.
Yes. So
Okay,
I'm gonna do a quick snip.
All right. And that answers my question too. Well, I can already respond to Ice Rose based off the map. So based off that, so I'll just say it real quick. Well, we are quite literally in the middle of nowhere. My brother's closest recommendation is all the way back where we started, at the keep.
Elora's keep?
Yes.
Oh, I could have told you that.
Well, my brother's well connected, and if there was another option,
Is he well connected to demons? Because everything between Alora's Keep and here is just demons.
And that seems to be the case.
So, if I gave you... Man, this is such a waste of the wish spell.
Then how are the Fae here?
That's the problem. What I started... I think I told you guys back when we were traveling through Zugmoist lands, there's something not quite demonic. There's something, some sort of weird hybrid Fae element to her magic.
I didn't get a sense of anything, unfortunately.
It's not pure Fae where it would stand out and, scream at you. But it's more like it's subtly woven in, which worries me given what we've learned about the interplanar wars and deals that they may have contracted, they may have made a deal with someone in a very powerful being in the Fey realm, or, and this is not unusual, the Fey realm saw what was going on or stumbled upon it and decided that they wanted to stick their fingers in this pie as well.
Yes. Well, it does muddy the waters. I guess as a group, we can all decide if we want to go to Cornwell or to the Keep. And between Mara and myself, we can get us there.
All of you are welcome to go where you want to go. I'm
Where are you?
staying. I'm going to Care Cornwell.
Well, you still know the way?
I still know the way. I have a
Right.
compass. You sent her back for me. Or Mara did, I guess.
Oh, how so?
I want to say rock check because that was what I was using for so long. The Lindra check? Do I still sense her?
Yep, same direction.
Well,
Oh, Roos wasn't with us with the rock, right?
I don't know.
So one of,
No, Rock was black.
No, that's
time.
black.
yeah, that was black. But Roos has seen me use this. So you remember that thing I can do with my blood?
Yes.
If I can get my blood into a creature's body, I can track them.
Well, that's handy. A bit unsanitary, but handy.
Oh, I'm not entirely. If there,
I mean,
I don't care very much about the health of anything that I'm tracking. Let's put it that way.
That's fine. Well, it's
But-
yeah, that's true. It's not unsanitary for you, perhaps. But
Correct. But
well,
currently, she's in Corwell, which means she is my compass.
well, I'm fine with moving forward, as well. As long as we have a very quick escape route ready to go, and knowing that the keep is the closest thing west of here, I could get us back there quickly. My word of recall spell will bring us there. It could bring 5 of us, 6 of us, and sorry, there's a teleportation circle. I already know. I just talked to my brother, so Mara can take the rest. So I feel comfortable continuing.
Well, and just as a reminder, your mounts travel free. So if you can take you plus 5, you can take all 6 of you.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I could take all of us back quite quickly then. So I'm not concerned. In fact, that's why
How does that work? Are we forced to go with you, or can we choose not to?
you can choose, I believe.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
already
will.
happened. If
Yep.
you would remember, 2 of you decided that you were not willing creatures and stayed behind in the heavens.
Oh, is that word of recall?
Yep. Yeah, you can stay behind. You've done it before.
Oh, that spell.
Yes, it's a good
Okay.
lifeline back to wherever we need to be. But I agree. Whatever we are headed towards is in the middle of this, so I'm fine with staying if we can convince everyone else.
They don't have to come. None of you have to come. This is something I have to do. It's
Well,
technically it's
unfortunately, I've been
none of
cursed
you.
with a lifelong interest, a lifelong curiosity that will likely eventually kill me. Nothing else seems to. Not that I want to die, but at a certain point, you
But
start to believe maybe you never will.
but you're an loxodon, not a cat.
That is true. You're the
How
cat.
would that kill you?
Putting my long nose into things that aren't my business has been a specialty of mine for, well, centuries. And no reason to stop now. Would you like some nuts?
No, thank you.
All right. And I start munching on the nuts.
The Lindra ate most of your nuts.
Oh, I'm digging through the crumbs for what's left. She was quite a hungry girl.
Yes. Last check, I guess. If I gave you some names, would that help you divine the creature behind all of this?
If you gave me names,
Yeah.
well, I could connect them to the larger chain of. Sorry, I just saw Dan's gift pop up.
Look at that! Oh my god!
It's a hairless cat. Too.
It's
All right,
Dumbo!
it's an elephant and a cat. I will. I could definitely run it up the ladder, so to speak, and have the greatest collective communication minds in the business, in my humble opinion, work on it. So sure, it wouldn't hurt if you want to give me names.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
Can I roll? That is so creepy. Can I roll history on, I guess, known powerful magical fae, or they're just known powerful like fae creatures that are more inclined towards magic? Like I'm hoping to give Rue something for like a legend lore type of thing, like names like Baba Yaga, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, you could come up with names. It wouldn't be resolved this session, so I'm not going to manufacture them at this point. That's something that I can come up with, and I can feed Matt that info to tell you, to determine what Roos would come back with.
Okay, yeah, it looks like people are dropping out too, so it might be a good stopping point.
Yeah, I would, and I'll be gone for the next 2 weeks, but I'll be checking DMs and stuff. So
Yeah. So I'll feed Matt the info that he needs ahead of time to potentially, give me some Roos direction for during the sessions.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I guess people are jumping off, so it's probably a good time for us to wrap
Yeah.
up, and we'll pick up with Ice and Silas next time.
Okay. I was gonna say too, like if it's appropriate, we can also use the RP channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is, you are at camp. So
Yes, basically. Okay.
well, good talking to you. Yeah, give me some names, and I will definitely look into those, of course.
All right, here, there, and I'll start resetting some names that the DM will send to you.
Good, real great. And I'm going to sleep to get the benefit of a long rest.
Once Roos goes to sleep, I will go try the door.
you cannot open it.
It does not work.
Silas will wake up to you trying to open the door, though.
That must suck.
Thanks. All right.
All right. So pick up there next week.
Yep.
Mhm.
Thank you.
All right. Good to be
Later.
back at it. Have a good
Yep.
night, everyone. Have a good week.
Night.
Safe travels, Matt.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Dan, for the
Travel.
for the
Enjoy
suggestion.
Japan. I'm jealous.